The skies above Eden Prime burned crimson. It began with a single flash, a lance of searing energy that carved through the upper atmosphere like the blade of a god. The colony's orbital ring, 300,000 souls working in synchronized orbit, was split open in one blinding instant. The remains rained down like shooting stars, each one trailing fire and screams through the void. The attackers were the Dravari Dominion, an ancient and prideful race that considered themselves the keepers of galactic order. They had tolerated humanity's expansion for centuries, watching from afar as humans colonized worlds once thought uninhabitable, as they rose from a backwater system to a power that stretched from Sol to the Perseus Edge. But when the humans discovered phase crystals, the same resource that powered Dravari star cores, tolerance turned to hostility. On that day, the Dominion declared, "The age of Earth is over." Their war fleets arrived without warning. Columns of ships, black and jagged like obsidian blades, fell upon Eden Prime's defense network. Plasma lances shredded the orbital bastions. Dropships poured soldiers into the colonies below, each one slaughtering with methodical precision. The human governor, Arya Kyle, broadcast one last transmission before her comms went dark. "This is Governor Kale of Eden Prime. To any who hear this, tell Earth, we stood, we fought. Don't let them think this is our end." But the message never reached Sol. The Dravari jammers made sure of it. They erased the colony's networks, silenced every beacon, burned every city. By the end of the third day, all that remained of Eden Prime was ash drifting through orbit, and the laughter of the invaders echoing across the stars. The Dominion's triumph, the Dravari High Lord, Zirenthal, watched the destruction unfold from the comfort of his flagship, the Oath of Dominion. His face was a tapestry of pale ridges and glittering eyes, each movement deliberate, each word calculated to wound. "Efficient," he murmured, watching the final human refuge burst under plasma bombardment. "For all their noise, they die quietly." A chorus of sub-commanders bowed in agreement. "They breed fast but think slow, my lord," said one. "They lack the patience to build true legacy. They are a spark, not a flame," Zyron smiled. "Then we have snuffed the spark." Across the Dominion's territories, the destruction of Eden Prime was broadcast as a triumph of order. Propaganda flooded the galactic networks. Humans shown kneeling, their cities in ruins, their proud banners torn and trampled. "The Terran experiment," the broadcasts declared, "has ended." The lesser species cheered. The Dravari's allies, cowed empires and trading guilds, praised the act. The few human colonies that received the fragmented news fell silent, terrified to respond. For generations, humanity had sought peace through diplomacy and restraint. The old wars of Earth were distant memories, relics of a savage past. To the galaxy, that savagery had died. The Dominion believed the same. They had seen humanity's scientists and ambassadors, not their soldiers. They mistook patience for weakness. They mistook silence for surrender. But legends do not fade. They wait, and in the shadows between stars, old fires stirred again. The silence before the storm, it began as a whisper, a signal faint and distorted, bouncing between abandoned satellites near Sol. Message fragment recovered. Eden Prime lost. Confirmed total civilian loss. Directive 7 authorized. Begin Project Valkyrie. Signal ends. The Dominion dismissed it as static, a rumor, nothing more. But in the dark shipyards orbiting Luna, something was awakening. The Terran Naval Command went dark. Civilian comms were cut off. Entire moons vanished from trade maps, quarantined for reconstruction. The outer colonies noted troop movements, but dared not speak. For 6 months, the galaxy watched nothing. No retaliation, no statement, just silence. Then one day, a Dravari scout fleet, 17 vessels patrolling the border near the Orion Arm, vanished. No distress call, no debris, just absence. 2 weeks later, the same happened to a convoy. Then an entire battle group. Whispers spread across the Dominion fleets. Ghost ships in the dark. Lightless craft that strike without warning. Voices speaking in ancient Terran tongues before the kill. Commanders dismissed the rumors until they received a transmission. It came in a language few recognized, ancient and sharp as steel. "From the ashes of Eden, from the blood of our own, hear this. You thought our history ended. You were wrong. Legends don't die." Every Dominion network went silent. Then, one by one, the stars began to go dark. The return of the legends, First confirmed sighting came at the Battle of Helion Rift. Dominion fleet of 200 ships had been stationed to secure the resource lanes near the rift. Their admiral, proud and unflinching, boasted that if humans ever dared return, he would decorate his hull with Terran skulls. At 0300 hours Helion Standard, his fleet vanished from scanners. What emerged from the rift was beyond comprehension. An armada that should not have existed. Human ships, but not like any seen before. They were vast, black leviathans of reinforced armor, their hulls etched with burning crimson runes of old Terran battle flags. No energy signatures preceded their arrival. They appeared from silent warp ruptures, invisible to scanners until too late. Each ship bore a single symbol across its prow, a broken sword over a burning world, the emblem of the Terran Retribution Fleet. Their weapons did not fire plasma or beams. They unleashed magnetolance warheads, old technology refined into planetary killers. Each impact folded space and tore Dravari hulls apart, as if reality itself turned against them. Helion Rift became a graveyard of burning ships within an hour. When the Dominion's reinforcements arrived, they found no humans, only a transmission repeating through the void. This is the voice of Earth, for Eden Prime, for the Fallen. The reckoning has begun. From that day, the galaxy trembled. The reckoning unleashed. Every frontier world that had celebrated humanity's extinction now watched in horror as Terran fleets emerged from every shadow. From the ruins of old colonies came revenant armies, genetically enhanced soldiers in obsidian armor, their visors glowing with blue light. The Dravari learned new words that cycle: orbital storm, atmosphere strip, planetary cleansing. The humans didn't invade. They didn't occupy. They erased. On the Dominion capital of Syraxis IV, the skies turned black as Terran dreadnoughts entered low orbit. The population watched as something massive eclipsed their twin suns, a supercarrier so large it cast night across continents. Its name was Horizon's Wrath, flagship of Admiral Kyle Ren, son of the fallen governor of Eden Prime. He addressed the entire planet. You took 300,000 lives. You silenced their voices. Now, we silence yours. The bombardment that followed was not a battle. It was judgment. Anti-orbital shields melted under gravitic shear. Towers fell before sonic detonations. Oceans boiled. The planet's crust fractured, and within hours, Syraxis IV was gone, replaced by a debris field and a glowing scar in space. The message echoed through every Dominion channel. The dead do not forgive. The Terran Retribution Fleet advanced system by system. Every Dravari bastion fell, their once mighty fleets scattered like frightened insects before the flame. It wasn't just firepower. It was precision. A vengeance centuries in the making, executed with the calm, cold efficiency of a species that had once waged world wars before they ever left their home star. 6. The fall of the Dominion. The Dominion's core systems collapsed within months. The High Lord Zyren, Thal fled from world to world, abandoning his people, his fleets, his pride. In his desperation, he tried to negotiate. He sent a message toward Earth's fleet lines, pleading, bargaining, offering surrender. The reply came not from a diplomat, but from the fleet AI known as Legend, a merged consciousness of Terran admirals, war AIs, and archived human tacticians. You misunderstand. High Lord, we are not here to negotiate. We are here to end your story. The Terran fleets didn't simply destroy the Dominion. They dismantled it. Factories turned to slag, starports gutted, databases wiped. Every world that bore the Dravari sigil was left barren. And when the last of the Dravari fleet tried to flee into the uncharted void, the humans followed them, not for conquest, but to ensure no echo of arrogance remained. For centuries, the Dominion had ruled by fear. Now, their name became a curse whispered by refugees huddled in dark spaceports. Children of other species grew up hearing the same warning: never wake the humans. Never anger Earth. The final lesson years passed. The ashes of the Dominion faded into memory. Trade routes reopened. Empires rebuilt. But none dared set course for Sol. Even the mention of Earth carried a chill, a silent reverence, as if speaking their name might draw attention. And across the stars, every power, every species, every fleet learned the same truth. Humanity's strength wasn't in their weapons, it was in their memory. Every colony burned became a vow. Every injustice carved into the bedrock of their resolve. Every whisper of their extinction only sharpened their will to return. They were not just soldiers or colonists. They were the descendants of countless wars, survivors of self-made apocalypse, the children of a world that had already died 1,000 times, and always returned stronger. And when provoked, they didn't bring war, they brought reckoning. Gax. Epilogue. The whisper in the void. A century after the fall of the Dominion, a small exploration vessel stumbled upon the ruins of Eden Prime. There, buried under layers of ash and fused glass, they found a monument, untouched, ancient, and carved with words older than the stars themselves. We remember, we rebuild, we return. As the explorers departed, sensors caught a faint signal pulsing from deep beneath the planet's crust, repeating every 12 hours in perfect rhythm. It was a human voice, distorted by time but unmistakable. They thought our history ended, but legends don't die.